Now, still on the capital markets, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has issued a notice in respect of some fund management companies. Now, it says, pursuant to Sections 3B, subsections F and M, and 208, Section C of the Securities Industry Act 2016, Act 929, the Securities and Exchange Commission wishes to bring to the notice of the general public that the underlisted licensed operators engaged in fund management activities in the capital market have voluntarily requested to cease operation for various reasons. Now, these companies include HFC Capital Partners Limited, Atai Capital Limited, Serengeti Capital Limited, Indiogo Investment Management Limited, Verit Investment Advisory Limited, Waxon Investment and Pension Management Limited. Now, the Commission has, after a thorough assessment of the circumstances, approved their requests. The above companies are therefore not mandated to carry out any fund management activities. Consequently, the statement said the Commission wishes to inform the general public that anyone who engages in any transaction with any of these companies or their representatives in their capacity as fund managers could be exposing themselves to avoidable risks. Right, so we should be following up keenly on this particular development and bring you more details related to this issue. Now, moving on, this year, farmers in Ghana may have a good smile as government commences rehabilitation of warehouse storage facilities across the country to avert post-harvest losses. This follows some bumper harvests recorded under the Planting for Food and Jobs program. But the Peasant Farmers Association says it will take more than just structures to deal with post-harvest losses. Sheila Tamaklo has been following up on these rehabilitation projects and finding out the concerns of peasant farmers.
Here, on the farms at Gbon in the eastern region, these farmers say their yields have gone up thanks to the Planting for Food and Jobs program. Subsidized fertilizers and seeds, among other interventions, they say, has had great impact.
Actually, the Planting for Food and Jobs, as the government introduced it to we farmers, it improves us a lot. It gives us a lot of improvement in our cropping calendar. Only we need the fertilizer should be there early for us to start the cropping season as early as possible. Then they should subsidize the land preparation for us so that the cost of production should come down for us farmers so that we should improve upon the yield.
Earlier, I've been getting 40 bars in the hectare. Last season, when fertilizer was subsidized to us, I had 60 in a hectare, and I think it is very good. And if government can continue this exercise to cover all the farmers on the Gbon irrigation project, it will help.
One would assume that the bumper harvest will translate into increased revenues, but that's not exactly the case. Inadequate storage structures and poor road networks is leading to post-harvest losses.
During the transporting of these goods to the house, and then dehusking, like the corn you see right now, I have to dehusk it with my children, and then trash it with them again using these yellow gallons, pounding it, and then I have to lift it and wait for the wind. When the wind doesn't blow, you can't remove the chaff from it. It's a big challenge to us, and we want to tell the government and other investors that if there can be a way, they should help us in trashing our corns, and then we have how to take the chaff out of it, and also if they can also get a way of getting some machines for us to do the harvesting also on the farm, and then maybe transporting it also into the house.
Charles Nyaba is the programs officer for the Peasant Farmers Association.
Our problem has to do with how to be able to contain the bumper harvest that we recorded so that it doesn't get lost before it reaches the consumer. Now, these are the factors that are leading to these losses that we record in Africa. One has to do with limited storage facilities. Two has to do with the application of innovative method of farming to reduce losses. Three has to do with low prices, whereby farmers are sometimes compelled to just leave their produce to go wasted. Four has to do with a poor feeder road network, because from the farm gate to the marketing center where the produce are expected to be sold, the road networks are very bad. So all these are leading to losses. Even the nature of warehouses that we have for storage of these commodities is also another problem. So because of these factors, we are actually recording very high losses, especially crop commodities like vegetables, like watermelon, like tomatoes, like banana. When you come to Ghana, these crops, commodities, there's a report by IFRI showing that these crops, we are recording losses between 40% to 70%. And then for watermelon, tomatoes, there are instances that we can even record 100% losses. This happened because when watermelon or tomato is ready for consumption, and then you don't get market to consume that produce, there's nothing the farmer can do about it. The farmer will just sit there and look at the produce going wasted.
The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations defines post-harvest losses as produce lost or wasted in between harvest and the moment of human consumption. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, about 30% of food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted along the supply chain every year. This is a whopping 1.3 billion metric tons of food that doesn't ever reach the consumer. In Africa, losses are even higher, falling between 30% and 50% of yield. They occur mainly downstream between the production and retail stages of the supply chain. Fruits and vegetable losses are estimated to be 50% or more. This tends to make farming unattractive and inhibits efforts at ensuring food security in the country, whilst increasing poverty among farmers who lose the bulk of their produce through post-harvest losses. But amidst the challenges, the National Food and Buffer Stock Company says it is working to deal with these issues. Besides existing warehouses, the company has taken receipt of additional 9,000 metric ton capacity warehouses, 4,000 metric ton pack houses, and has also commenced rehabilitation of some 12 warehouses dotted across the country.